Hello and welcome to those of you joining us from the Universidad Autónoma del Estado del Mexico. My name is Travis Rink and I'm a high school science teacher from Kansas in the United States. I have been a classroom teacher for the past 21 years, teaching various courses including chemistry, biology, geology, physical science, and zoology. Now, first of all, I want to congratulate you on your decision to take this course, and I hope that you will continue your path towards earning the certification that this course offers at the end. I wanted to take a few minutes to share with you some of my journey to becoming a more interactive teacher using technology in my classroom. Now, as teachers, some of our main goals are to inspire students to think critically, learning how to solve problems effectively, as well as to get engaged in the learning process. In education, as you know, we have many tools available that can help us be a more effective instructor, but also help students learn. One of the most effective set of tools and resources I have found are those provided by Mimio. Mimio has become a great leader of interactive technology products, which includes a very powerful software program called Mimio Studio, as well as numerous other products that allow me and my students to get engaged in interactive classroom activities. Now, of course, this includes the interactive bar, we call that the Mimio Teach, as well as the assessment tools, Mimio Vote, a great document camera, the Mimio View, and one of the best tech tools that I've used in my classroom in a long time. I can use every one of my mobile devices for my students, and that's called Mimio Mobile. I have all of these tools available as options that I use in my class nearly every single day, and I find myself using a mixture of them to help me become a better and more effective teacher. But also it gets my students engaged, and those are some of the things I'll share. So this course that you're taking part in is going to show you firsthand how to use various technology tools, including the Mimio classroom products. And that only adds to your set of resources to help you be better at what you do, teach. Now, I have been an active user of these tools in my classroom for over 10 years. And for me, I can tell you without a doubt, it has been a blessing. The Mimio software and the tools have allowed me easy ways to create more dynamic and engaging content so that my students want to actually participate. Now, that's hard to say as a high school teacher. Getting high school students to participate is sometimes a challenge, and students don't often want to participate. But I have found with the many tools that I use, including various collaborative tools found in the Mimio mobile application that you use with student mobile devices, my students are very eager to take part and participate. I have found that they are much more engaged in the instructional process and overall become more effective in learning. Of course, this doesn't happen overnight. As you know, anything new in education, it takes a commitment on our part to find ways to make better learning experiences, and we have to learn how to find better ways of integrating that. So new ideas take patience, they take practice, and they also take the willingness to try new things to engage students. Now, does that mean you're going to be successful every time? Not at all. But we learn from our mistakes, and those are some of the same models that we use in our students. We learn by doing, and that's a great way for students to pick up and learn how to do those in your classroom. So a commitment on our part as educator has to be in place in order to make a shift in how we do our instructional practices. So, as I've mentioned, I've used the Mimio products and a variety of other technology tools in my classroom for a great number of years, and the benefits have been very numerous. As an example, using the assessment tools found in the Mimio Vote, I can get immediate feedback from my students and how they understand concepts in a very truly powerful manner. This could be either informal assessments, it could be formal assessments, but it allows me to make adjustments on the spot in my instructional practices. Another great benefit that I have found from the assessment tools is all of the reporting and the data collection tools that's just done automatically from the software as students take a test. So there's nothing else extra I have to do. The software does it all for me, and I can run a number of reports and I can see exactly how my students are doing question by question as well as overall in assessment. So not only is this a great powerful tool, but it saves me countless hours of time where I'd have to be grading a whole lot of multiple choice questions, true-false questions, and even open response questions if I use the Mimio mobile application. And it gives me valuable sets of data that allows me to analyze every question without any effort on my part and really become a better teacher at finding ways to reach my students. Students are also very engaged in the various assessment options, and it ensures that 100% of them are taking part. The changes in my teaching styles have been very overwhelming. I've been a high school science teacher for over 21 years, and I've seen a great deal of changes over that time period, some of which have been good and some which haven't. Some have been very effective and some haven't. But by far, the technology tools that I've been using from the Mimio company have been far-reaching and have made tremendous impacts. I've also found major transformations and seen major transformations happen with other teachers I've worked with who've embraced these great technology tools in their instructional practices also. So, before using technology tools, the normal mode of instruction that I might have done years ago might have been very lecture-based. I was the sage on the stage, I like to call it, where my students didn't get very involved. Sure, I did discussions and items like that, but it wasn't very student-centered. So over a period of time where I found ways to become more interactive using various interactive tools, there was a great transformation that took place that not only engaged students better, but made it more student-centered, student-focused, and the true power of learning for my students became a reality. So, for a long time now, daily lectures, which may have been part of my lesson strategy, those are rarely part of what I do any longer. I strive to find ways where I can use existing lessons that either I find from other teachers or create myself, and I try to make them more dynamic using the various Mimio software and other interactive products to get my students engaged in the process. So let me give you some examples. A typical lesson in my classroom, it may start out with a new topic where I give an informal assessment using the Mimio Vote assessment system. And that's simply to gauge maybe what their understanding is before we cover any topic and just to kind of get a starting point. I may then have a lesson where students are able to come up to the front of the classroom and use an interactive Mimio Teach Bar to manipulate items or to sort items as we have gone through the instructional activity. Gives me a chance to do some class feedback, one-on-one, but also use the class as feedback. And at the same time, I'm able to send that same lesson from my computer to each and every one of my students using the Mimio mobile application. And that allows them to work collaboratively on their mobile devices and learn with each other. And that becomes a very powerful tool that not only they can do on their mobile devices, but it also allows them to see at the front of the classroom on the board what everyone is doing and gives us a chance to talk through that and collaborate and communicate all of our findings. Now, I also try to routinely find daily ways that I can use my document camera. We call that the Mimio View. And I find myself putting different charts or different documents or different items that I want to manipulate under that. I use that in a daily fashion for ways to get across my learning expectations to my students. I even have students use little miniature whiteboards, and they'll use dry erase markers and write on those whiteboards, and they can put those right underneath the camera and make student presentations. So the possibilities of using a document camera are really endless. What I love about this, and I've always appreciated this as a teacher, is that all of these wonderful tools, they're all powered with one software package, the one software application that I've used over a number of years, and that's called Mimio Studio, of course. So Mimio Studio, that allows me not to have to learn all sorts of other applications to use all the different tools, just one application. And let me tell you, the software and the products are so simple to use. They're so intuitive that you're going to be up and running very, very quickly and finding ways to embed them and use them in your classroom. So I know as you begin this journey, you may have questions on how you're going to use this, but I can guarantee the journey is going to be a great one. You're going to learn a great deal about how you can enrich your instructional approaches using fantastic technology resources. I've always found that it does take a commitment to learn new things. That's part of education, and that allows us to become better educators. From my experiences, this is definitely going to be a very rewarding experience for not only you, but also your students. As educators, of course, we are lifelong learners, and we continually adapt to the latest trends and technology tools that make the 21st century available for our students. Our students demand that from us, at the very least, as they are also going to be part of a global workforce that we're preparing them for. So I hope that you make the commitment to explore new ways to keep improving what you are doing, as well as to help prepare your students for what's coming to them. Now, this certification process that the course provides will be a truly beneficial part of getting you prepared in continuing your impact on students. Now, an exciting part of this is I'm going to be very fortunate to spend some time with each of you that's going to be completing this certification in July. So I very much look forward to meeting you, working with you, and learning from you as well, as we are all part of the solution. Now, I want to also help you realize the true power and potential of Mimio products, as well as all of the other educational technology tools. So I'm excited for that. So if you decide to commit to the certification process, I'm also going to share with you and get you involved in a full community of global educators who are just like us, learning how to make a difference and sharing their interactive resources. So that's a very, very exciting part to look forward to. So prepare for a great learning experience ahead and commit yourself to excellence. I know you're going to continue to do great things, and I look forward to working with each and every one of you in July. So thank you for all you do.